Welcome to the 7th of this series on the BUTs of the Bible, the butts of the Bible. And for this week, we're going to stay in the Psalms. Psalm 86 and verse 15 reads, "But you, O Lord, are a compassionate and gracious God, slow to anger, abounding in love and faithfulness." For the first time in 25 years of ministry, because of the way that we're doing church at the moment, I've had to listen and to watch myself speak and preach. The camera seems to magnify some of my nature, my characteristics. I certainly hope that that phrase, "the camera adds £10, is true. In this lockdown period, our character, our nature is being magnified, it's being highlighted. Whether that's to ourselves or to those that we're living amongst during this time, or those that we're remotely connecting to. Those good parts of our character and nature and the bad parts seem to be highlighted. Derek Kidner, the Old Testament scholar, says of this psalm, Psalm 86, that it's the lonely prayer of David. God is yet to respond to the psalmist, to his ongoing challenge, that there are those who are pursuing him as his enemies, seeking his life. And God has seemingly been silent in this. God hasn't responded. He hasn't delivered him yet. But here in verse 16 of the psalm, he says, "But God is." He magnifies, he highlights those 5 characteristics of God's nature. That God is compassionate, he is gracious, he is patient, he is loving, he is faithful. Rather than allowing his enemies to rob him of his trust in God, nor allowing his circumstances to fail to see God and to worship him for who he is, the psalmist highlights God's character and holds on with the hope that things will indeed change. You may be familiar with the M&S food adverts. You know, the ones that tell us that it's not just any hot cross bun, but that it's a golden drizzled honey hot cross bun, that it's a full fresh fruit hot cross bun, that it's a slow fresh baked hot cross bun, because it's not just any food, it's M&S food. In these challenging days of lockdown, we're struggling to see the end. We maybe are letting ourselves down to the pressures that we're facing. And in those circumstances, I don't need any God. I need the God that the psalmist describes. I need the butts of the Bible God. I need to magnify his character and to hold on. To discover again that his everlasting arms are always underneath me, upholding me, even when I don't seem to see it or experience it. So perhaps in this week ahead, we can use this week to magnify the character of God in our struggles and in our challenges, to know that he is that God who is compassionate, who is gracious, who is patient, who is loving, and who is faithful. I pray that you'll meet that God in this week, and that God will be the but God for you. God bless you. Amen.